Did the pros back in the day keep secrets? That's a good possibility. Ready to run a gun? It's time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Todd here with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. Did the pros back in the old days keep secrets? Oh yeah, they sure did. Kim Van Dam even admitted he did back in the day. He can't do it now because they got live cameras everywhere. But yeah, back in the old days, man, those guys kept secrets from each other. I mean, they were all buddies, don't get me wrong. And I'm sure you got buddies that you probably keep a few secrets from when it comes to fishing. But you know, there was a lot of stuff back in the day. Of course, we know most all of it now. But there was a lot of stuff back in the day that they didn't talk about. You know, I know one of the things that became a big secret a long time ago was weighting jerk baits. You know, some people were drilling holes originally and letting the water fill them up, and then they drain the water out, fish them again. Other guys were wrapping lead around the hook shanks. Other people, like Stacy King and them, was drilling holes and putting epoxying lead in there. And it was going on enough to where you know, Smithwick came out with a suspending rogue. That's how that came to be. But secrets, yeah. There's a lot of secrets involved in that, especially when it comes to worm rigs. There were secrets in worm rigs that they didn't talk about. One big time secret that a lot of you guys are familiar with now, but not back when it was starting, was the floating worm. It had been around for a long time. I mean, even back when Cream started making worms, people were throwing floating worms. They just didn't call it that. But yeah, the floating worm, Danny Joe Humphreys. I got to hang out with Danny Joe for a couple of days and got to hear the story about all that and everything else. He's a good old dude. But yeah, Danny Joe Humphrey. So that's how the floating worm became popular. There's a lot of stuff, guys. I mean, tricks that they were doing with sluggos, tricks they were doing with flukes, that pretty much everybody knows now. They kept them secret. That's how they won tournaments back in the day. Things to do with crankbaits. Another secret trick that became popular for a while, but I don't think hardly anybody even does it anymore now, was when Paul Elias won the Classic by kneeling and reeling. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was a Rebel Maxi R. And he was kneeling and reeling, trying to get a couple of extra feet. And he never talked about it. I'm sure a lot of the co-anglers that fished with him, some of the draws with the pros fished with him, and they learned that, and they kept it secret. Because they saw how effective it was. That's you know, people don't realize. Gosh, there's just so many secrets, topwater secrets. A secret that they were doing back in the day that people didn't know, and it actually started producing lures like this, was shaving the bottom lip off a Pop R so that it would spit. And eventually it got to where other companies, well, Don Alvino actually started doing that with a Splash It, because you know, he was a tournament fisherman and better known for finesse, but he was a big popper guy, and so he came out with the Splash It. I mean, if you got any of those in your arsenal, or you see them online or something, now you know the history of why that lure come out. You know, I don't think Rebel ever did a shaved lip, not to my knowledge, but yeah, a lot of pros were doing stuff like that. Larry Nixon, you know, there was guys doing that stuff. Rick Clun, yeah, secrets they didn't tell anybody. So it's, yeah, the pros kept secrets back in the day. They can't keep them now because, like I said, there's live cameras everywhere during tournaments. You know, if you can get a guy's face off a computer screen long enough to throw something besides a drop shot. You know, video gaming. Oh, that's another video. I'm not getting involved in that. Regardless, that's all I have, guys. So as far as should they keep secrets? Well, yeah, I mean, that's how they win. You know, I'm sure you guys have your own little tricks of the trade. I've got mine. You know, but I don't mind sharing with you. So that's all I got. So just remember, new techniques are trendy, but bass never change. May the Father bless you and keep in Yeshua's name, and as always, fish on.